Dr. Danny Flanagan. Big facts. Big facts. Dr. Danny Flanagan. Big facts. Dr. Danny Flanagan. Danny Flanagan. Big facts.
Hey everybody, Monday night, we are live and we are ready for another episode of Big Facts with Dr. Flanagan's Monday night. Where's everybody at? Stand up. Let me know you are here in the house with me on tonight. It is Monday night, one of your safest places to be. And I'm just excited to be your host on tonight. And I just need everybody to just come on in and let's have a good time tonight. Let's have a good time tonight. Now, we've been having some sort of technical difficulties starting out. So hopefully we have ironed everything out. So as everybody is coming in, I just need you to let me know if you can hear me. Let me know how we sound, because I don't know what's been going on with StreamYard on today. But we're here nonetheless, and I'm trying to make sure that we can get this going properly. So if you can hear me, just say something, a thumbs up, a smile, say hi, say hello. Let me know that you guys are, in fact, on and you guys can hear me, because we want to talk tonight. I'm excited about the topic that we have, because I really want to hear from you guys, because there's just a lot of fear centered around this vaccine, and we need to get this off of our chest. So I want to be able to have that discussion on tonight. Danielle, hey sis, I can hear you clearly. Thank you. I'm just making sure that you guys can hear me. Hi, honey. Hi, baby. That's my baby right there. I'm telling you, I have the supportive wife, always supporting me. I love it. I don't have to beg her to support me. I don't have to bribe her to support me. She just supports, and I just appreciate it. So I definitely appreciate it. So, all right, she said, I'm clear. All right. Brother Tony, what's up, man? Let me tell y'all something. That's my guy right here. Y'all, Brother Tony, I'm telling you, man, when this pandemic comes to a close some sort of way, listen, man, there's some great things that God has in store. And so trust me, you are a part of the plan. You are definitely part of the plan. So I love this guy, his family. So we are here. We are live. Now, some of y'all are late. Some of you guys that are joining me, you're coming in late. You're on CP time. And I'm offended. I'm offended because y'all missed my introduction. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to play it again because y'all late. You guys are late. It's my show. It's Monday night. If you want the serious apostle, the serious prophet, join me on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock for prayer. Join me every Sunday at 12 noon. Join me Monday through Friday at 7:15 a.m. 1 minute word of the day. But Monday nights we like to just relax, release, have a good time, smile a little bit. So that's what we do on Monday nights. Hey, Brielle is on. You're watching on YouTube. Hi, Brielle. That's my baby girl. Brielle is off. You finally put down TikTok and you're watching your dad tonight. That's wonderful. So we're going to have a wonderful conversation. But before we start, I got to go back and play my intro because y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Y'all know y'all missed it. And I want to play it again for everybody that missed it. So I'm going to do it again. If you already saw it, I need you to act like it's your first time. All right? Act like it's your first time. But here we go. Big facts. Dr. Flanagan. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
Dr. Danny Flanagan. Big facts.
This for all the late people coming in. Pays to be on time.
Dr. Danny Flanagan. Big facts.
Hey.
Big facts.
Hey. Hey. Y'all make sure y'all watch to the end.
Big facts.
I got strobe lights and everything.
Danny Flanagan. Big facts.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Bam! Subscribe now. Y'all see that? I'm telling you. I got to give a shout out to my boy Brandon Fields for doing that. And Lippy Maddock for the music. That's just great. It's inspirational. It's fun. So thank y'all. And I want to welcome everybody to Big Facts with Dr. Danny Flanagan. And I need everybody to share. I have about 15 people on that I see live. I need all 15 people to start sharing right now. All 15 people. I need y'all to share right now. It's so important that we share this Monday night program around the world. So make sure you share, make sure you like. It's very important. Now listen, I have a YouTube channel that's popping right now. The YouTube channel is just off the hook. As a matter of fact, we're streaming live right now on YouTube. And there's some of you who have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel. Now let me tell you, don't act like you on here and you did subscribe, because I look at each and every one of y'all that do subscribe, and some of y'all that's on here right now, you ain't even subscribed yet. You did not subscribe. Don't sit up here and lie. You did not subscribe. I be like, y'all subscribe. Y'all be sending thumbs up. Yeah, Apostle. I go back and look. I ain't see, listen, I don't see your name. I ain't calling you out. I don't want you embarrassed. I don't see you. I didn't see your subscription. I ain't see your. I need everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I had preaching moments on there. We have prayer moments on there, clips from the show on there. So listen, go to my YouTube channel, Apostle Danny Flanagan, DTF Ministries, and I need everybody to subscribe. So go there. And even if you can't catch every service on Sundays at 12, you can definitely go to the YouTube channel, and all of the services are posted right there. So I need everybody to please go to my YouTube channel and support. Now listen, who do we have here? Trina Williams, you're not clear on this side. That means, Trina, yeah, okay. Oh, you should you jumped in on here on the right time, because Trina Williams is always on my page talking about what the Ravens didn't do, called the Ravens a bum, called all this stuff that she talk about the Ravens. And this is a Green Bay Packers fan. Oh, wait a minute. Don't you go nowhere talking about I'm not clear on this side. Then you're going to say, oh, never mind, it's clear now. No, that's because Trina and your Green Bay Packers, yeah, I'm going to get on you tonight with your cheap connection. You need Wi-Fi to get this channel. You need Wi-Fi. Dial up is just overrated. And just like Green Bay packed up and went home, you better upgrade your system. Green Bay is sitting, listen, Trina, you and Green Bay are on the sofa with the Ravens watching the rest of the teams play. How about that? Yes. Y'all don't understand. That's a long time rival that we have. So she's always jumping on my page, and she's going to get on the show tonight and tell me that she can't hear. Did you hear that score? That's all I need to know. Did you hear the score? Did you hear? Yeah, y'all lost. Green Bay Packers lost. So yeah, we here is Monday night. I need everybody to share. Angelia, my sister, God bless you. Glad to have you on tonight. Yolanda Reed, God bless you. Glad to have you on tonight. Listen, it's so good to have everybody on and supporting tonight. We have a very, very interesting conversation that we are going to discuss tonight. And I really need everybody's input. Wait a minute. Hold up, y'all. What you say? See, there you go. Put me out there. Listen. You invited this. You invited this. And so I had to give it to you. So just move on over. We got room on the sofa. We're going to move on over, and you can have a seat and you can watch, with everybody else. Absolutely, Brother Tony. So listen, y'all. Thank y'all for joining on Monday nights. Really, it is a blessing to have you all come and we hang out and we have a wonderful time. I did have my sister coming on, a very good friend of mine, Maureen Jeffreys, who does great things in Baltimore. She was going to come on and hop on because her testimony of overcoming COVID and then the vaccination is just powerful. But she's held up at work and could not join us tonight. Nevertheless, we're going to continue to go forth with the conversation. And so if you want to be a guest on tonight's program, you can be a live guest tonight. I put the information right there on the screen. You can be a live guest. We're going to talk about the fear of the vaccination. We're going to discuss the vaccination. Have you had it? If there's anybody out there in the viewing audience who said, Apostle, I already had the vaccine and you want to talk about it, I placed the information right there on the screen. If you want to be a live guest, all you have to do is type join in the comment section and I'll bring you right on and we'll have a conversation. I'll send the link right to your messenger. I'll bring you right on and we can have that conversation. But I know everybody's tired of really hearing about COVID, but I'm going to read some statistics today because the numbers are going up. There are a lot of people that are afraid of the vaccine. There are some people who have already received the vaccine, and we're going to have that conversation tonight. So if you would like to be a live guest with me tonight, I want you to type in join in the comment section. Make sure that we can hear you. Make sure you're in a well-lit area, and let's have the conversation. All right, let's have that conversation tonight. But as I have everybody on, about 15 people are on, I need all 15 people to please share. So I need everybody that's watching to please share, and share. Now listen, you already know before we talk about our topic tonight, there's something that I always do, and that's I always bring up a great achievement that is made in our African American culture. I don't wait till February, and this is something that God has placed on my heart, that every program I share an achievement or did you know, or something unique about someone who has achieved something in our culture. But before I do that, you already know I gotta go. Before I do that, I have to talk about our home. For those of you who follow this program, you already know that every Monday night there's something funny that happens in the Flanagan house. There's something funny that I post that Lady Lisa and I are doing while we're out. You know, but listen, I've got to share this. So many of you who have Brielle, you're not talking about no vaccine tonight. That's my daughter talking about join. I got another show just for you. Yeah, so we get you on another time, honey. But anyway, listen. So many of you who follow the program, you already know that my wife and I had this big discrepancy. Don't start shaking your head. Don't start shaking your head. You said tonight you're going to be a little quiet. I'm not going to say much, baby. No. So now you want to shake your head, baby. No shaking your head, because I'm going to tell my side of the story. Many of you who already follow, you already know that we have this big discrepancy. You saw the video on Facebook and the pictures on Facebook and Instagram about the 2 microwaves. You already know that. The 2 microwaves. And I had a poll. And I asked you all, I asked everybody, my BFFs, my Big Facts family, I asked you all, how did you feel about the idea of having 2 microwaves? Because here we were in Home Depot. Y'all remember that? Here we were in Home Depot trying to figure out, does this make sense? Does it make sense? Should we have 2 microwaves? And my wife's thing was, baby, if we have 2 microwaves, y'all with me, right? If we have 2 microwaves, that way, while I'm heating up your food, I could be heating up my food, and I don't have to wait for my food to get cold, then to turn around and heat up your food. So many of you who saw the clip and got on the show and we talked about that, everybody out there that's watching started to agree with my wife. Y'all was saying kudos, yes, First Lady, do it. Y'all know y'all do it, girl, do it. Y'all was doing all that. Gassing her up. Yes, I get it. Two microwaves. Yes, First Lady. Yeah. All of that gassing up and all of that. So we got the 2 microwaves. Long story short, we got the 2 microwaves. So now here's my thing. Since you all backed up my wife in her 2 microwaves, I need y'all to back me up. Because here's the thing about my wife and I. We both love coffee. Right? We both love coffee. See you later, Brielle. We both love coffee, right? And so here's my thing. I went out and got us a Keurig. But here's the thing. When I make the coffee, right? I make her coffee or she'll make my coffee. Somebody's coffee is going to get a little cold waiting on the next cup to brew, right? So here's where I need you guys to back me up. I suggested we get 2 Keurig machines. Did I say that right? I said Keurig, like Kool-Aid. Lord have mercy. That's Baltimore coming out of me. I suggested that we get 2 Keurigs. Y'all know what a Keurig is. Don't act like you don't know what a Keurig is. It's water in the base. Yeah, all that. So I need to know, baby, I'm not asking you. I already know how you feel about it. I need everybody who backed up my wife with these 2 microwaves. I need to know, how do you feel about me having 2 Keurig machines? I think it makes sense because technically, while I'm waiting on her coffee to brew, and it's time for me, and I got to get my coffee brewed, her coffee kind of is going to go down a few degrees, right? So why not have 2 Keurigs going on that? Well, I can't say that right tonight. Baby, you trying to put a curse on my lips or something tonight? Because you don't want this to go your way. So every time I say Keurig, it ain't coming out right. So I'm going to say it again. I think that I should get 2 Keurig machines so that way both coffees can be brewing at the same time. Nobody gets cold. Now, how do y'all feel about that? Come on, Angelia. Come on. You got my back, right? Right? No, Apostle, don't try. Wait a minute. You the one. You ain't heard God tonight. Let me go on to somebody else. I need Trina. What you? Nope. Use the mic. You know what? I should have known you ain't listening to God either. Green Bay Packers lost, and you done put all over your Facebook that they was gonna win. I ain't got to hear. All right. Who else? Marion. No. Wait a minute. Listen. Where the fellas? Do I have any men on here tonight? Fellas, where are all the brothers? Oh, come on now. This is. Oh, Lord, now y'all got my mama on here. Marion, I should have known you was going to say no. Y'all grew up in the same neighborhood, the area, whatever the case may be. So I knew y'all was going to be on the same page. Let me say, now listen, I know my mother has my back. Wait a minute now. Let me see what my mom has to say. Okay, use those 2 microwaves to heat them up at the same time. The Keurig doesn't make it hot enough. I just knew you was going to be on my side. I have nobody supporting me tonight. There's nobody supporting me tonight. Anybody? Brother Tony. Come on, brother. Hey, Brother Tony, really, man? Brother Tony. Come on, man. Come on. Nothing to say. So I'm just on my own tonight. What you saying? My daughter's watching with me. She said not. So you know what? I don't have wait a minute, Pastor Hudson. Now, if there's anybody that I know who has my back, it is Pastor Cynthia Hudson. Woo! What you got to say, Cindy? What you got? What you can do is invest in the commercial Keurig machine, faster brewing time. Now, see, that's why you my daughter. We getting somewhere. All right, Cindy, we getting somewhere. See, we getting somewhere. See, that's why you got the anointing. That's why you got I'm on the island all alone. That's all right, baby. I'm gonna remember that one. That's okay. That's all right, y'all. I give it to y'all tonight. Brother Tony, you left me cold, man. You just put the little emoji with the zipper on the lip. You make me feel like Bernie Sanders just right. Brother Tony, you got me feeling like Bernie Sanders, man. You just left me out there in the cold with my mittens, man. You just left me right on out there. It's okay. That's all right. It's cool. That's all right. But I like Pastor Hudson's idea about the industrial or the commercial Keurig, brews faster, keeps it hotter. We'll go there. So it looks like I'm not going to get the 2 Keurig machines tonight. Okay, cool. It's all right. It's cool because guess what? She fixes my coffee anyway. That's the beauty of it. So guess what? If it's cold, all I do is say, baby, my coffee cold, baby. So you know what? It's cool. That's all right, baby. It's cool because I'm going to wait until my coffee get a little cold. Hey, I don't use what? I'm in my show. Baby, hey. Hey, I use the Keurig on Saturday mornings. That's it. Hey, listen. I hear an echo that's an echo. I hear echo. Baby, you don't got to tell the people I only use it on Saturdays. Nobody needs to know you make my coffee Monday through Friday. Anyway, don't worry about that. I think that was a glitch. That was a. How you going to say in the comment section that I barely use it, and they're going to holler in my program that I only use it on the weekends? You know what? Listen. I'll just let my wife keep making my coffee. That's it. I'll just let my wife keep making my coffee, and we're just gonna go from there. Brother Tony said we have to pick and choose our battles. Absolutely, man. You know what? I'm gonna let her have this one. That's cool though. I'm gonna let her have this one. I'm gonna let her have it. I'm not even gonna go there. But okay, it's cool, baby. Keep on making my coffee. That's cool. Heat it up when it gets cold. I'm all right with it. You're all right with it. So anyway. That's what went on in the Flanagan house. That was one of our conversations that we had, and it's never cold, baby. You just keep pushing us. I done moved on. I said you won. You baby, you white flag. You won. You see the white flag. You won, baby. It's not really white because my wife she just look at this. It ain't even a white napkin. She got to buy designer napkins. I'm not out. We don't even have just basic white napkins. We got napkins with designs on them. Why do we get our napkins from IKEA? I just want to know why okay, listen, I'm good. Listen, I'm good with the dollar store napkins. We got to go to IKEA and get napkins. I don't understand. But anyway, baby, you won. White flag with the designs in it. I give it to you. So, hey, it is what it is. You won, and you still pushing it. And I said you won. But anyway, we love you too, Angelia. So let's move on because I'm at Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody's now telling me get a cup warmer. It's over with, y'all. It's over with. And Marion, I don't know what Dublin Donuts is. Let me just pause right there. You're saying go to Dublin Donuts. We don't know what that is. Marion got her own. She got her own coffee shop. She's talking about go to Dublin. We can tell you don't drink coffee. Go to Dublin Donuts. Anyway, we moving. Hey, Eric. Hey, man. We love you too, man. Thanks for joining. Listen, we're gonna move on because I give it to my wife. She don't want. I need everybody to share. Share. I need y'all to get on here and share. We're going to have a good time tonight because we're going to talk about the vaccine. But before we do that, I need to know, I got to share something because every program, I'm always making sure that we share some good information about us as African Americans. I need to know, does anybody that's watching me out there know who this man is? I wish I had my Jeopardy music. Doom, doom, ding, doom, doom, doom. That's the worst music ever. Baby, how's Jeopardy's music go? You don't even know either. You don't watch Jeopardy either. I need some. Anybody know who this man is? Doom, 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 doom. Do 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 do. Yes, I am. Dude, come on and make it for me, baby. Do. Oh, we got a winner. See, let me tell you. Boom! I knew my daughter was going. This is Bob Johnson. Also his name is actually Robert Johnson, but Bob for short. This is Robert Johnson. First black billionaire. Did y'all know that? Before there was Oprah Winfrey, before there was Michael Jordan, this man right here joined the Billionaires Club. This is Robert Johnson, who became the first African American billionaire when he sold the cable station he founded, Black Entertainment Television, BET, y'all know BET, which was sold in 2001. So this is, go ahead, Cindy. This is Bob Johnson. He is the first African-American billionaire. I knew my daughter would have. I love you so much. Yes, BET. Right. Marion said BET. Yes, BET. But you ain't know the man's name. But you did know Dublin Donuts. But you didn't know Okay. Anyway, let me stop messing with Marion. So there you have it. That's just a quick fun fact that I wanted to share with everybody. because it's very important on a serious note, y'all. It's very important that we begin to support and highlight the great accomplishments of African Americans, and not just in February. You know, February is the shortest month. They give us that as Black History Month. But every program, every show, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to highlight the great contributions of African Americans. So that is wonderful, Cindy. So glad that you know your history. So listen, we're talking tonight about this vaccine. We're talking about this vaccine. And as I said earlier, if you want to share your input concerning your feelings on the vaccination, I want you to hop on tonight. I want you to just type in the comment section, join, okay? You type in join, I'll send the link to your Facebook Messenger, and I'll bring you right on, and we can have that conversation, because it's very important that we talk about this, because I looked at some statistics, and I know everybody's saying, Dr. Flanagan, can we talk about something else? COVID, here we go again. But listen, we have been in this pandemic way too long, and there are some vaccines that are not FDA approved, that they are really pushing people to receive. And this is something that we really have to talk about, because when you look at the totals in the United States, there are 25.3 million confirmed cases. 25.3 million confirmed cases, and that went up. That went up by 130,000. 130,000 more confirmed cases. And at one point there was 400,000 deaths, but we're now looking at 420,000 deaths in the U.S. So that number went up by 1,815. So these numbers are actual, and this is still a conversation that we must have. There are people that are still dying. There are people that are still being affected by this virus. And so these are conversations that we have to have, because even on my job, they're really pushing. It's not mandatory, but they're really pushing that we receive the vaccine. So if you want to talk about it, Eric, get it off your chest, give us your opinion, just type in the comment section, join, so that I can have you on and we can discuss how you feel about the vaccine. And so, my brother's on here. Bless you, Bishop Waters. My brother's on with us tonight. God bless you, man of God. Thanks for joining, you and Dr. Michelle. So you guys can just type in join and let's just have the conversation. Marion says, my fiance got the vaccine last Friday. Now listen, I know of several people who received the vaccine, and there are some people, and I'm going to share I'll be transparent in just a moment. But there are several people that I know that received the vaccine. There are people that were fine, no symptoms. But now, after about a week or so, there are people that I know who have received the vaccine, and now they're noticing different things happening with their body. For example, there's one person, one of my coworkers, that's developing a cyst in their neck, and they said that they've never had any health issues, and this was shortly after the vaccine. There's another person that received the vaccine, and within 48 hours, he said it was the worst sickness he has ever experienced. And notice, this was just shot number one, I believe. It was just his first shot, and he did not even receive the second shot. So I know everybody's body is different, and everybody's will respond differently. But I'm not here to say I'm anti-vaccine and don't do it. I'm trying to spread fear. That's not what I'm doing. We're having a conversation, and I'm just sharing with you some of the things that I have heard, some of the things that I've seen, and discussed with other people. My guest was supposed to come on tonight, Maureen, to share her experience, but unfortunately she could not make it tonight. So I want to bring you on so that we can have the conversation. Bishop Waters says that I'm not too confident in the vaccine yet. And so listen, right before we go further into this dialogue, I want to show you a quick video. I call it Vaccine for Dummies. And I'm not calling you a dummy, but it's just, they break it down that simple. And so I want to share with you a very, very brief video as it relates to the vaccine. So I want you to just check this out and then give me your thoughts after you watch it. Let's see what happens.
There's a lot of excitement right now around the record speed vaccines for COVID-19, some of which are already starting distribution in parts of the world. But given that these are mRNA vaccines, a relatively new technology that has not been widely used before, we wanted to explain how they work and what happens to your body from the moment that needle touches your skin.
Like the vaccines we're used to seeing, these vaccines will be injected into the upper muscle of your arm. But unlike typical vaccines, which introduce inactive or weakened forms of a virus, these will release genetic material called messenger RNA. So what exactly does this mRNA do? Well, in a regular cell of your body, you have DNA inside of the nucleus. And this DNA stores all the information and instructions important to the functioning of your cells, your body, and ultimately makes you, you. Inside your cell is machinery that reads through your DNA and transcribes it into mRNA, which then leaves the nucleus and goes into your cytoplasm. And it's here that the ribosomes in your cells read the RNA and, depending on the specific code, build a series of amino acids which fold in on themselves to make proteins, which keep you alive and functioning. This process is known as translation. In fact, it's this process that viruses take advantage of in the first place. They insert their own genetic information into you, and then your cell machinery unwittingly starts taking that information and building proteins to help create more viruses.
So back to the needle. The mRNA that is being injected into you from the vaccine also carries genetic instructions. But in this case, it's only coding for one small part of the virus, instead of the whole thing. You've probably seen SARS-CoV-2 represented like this, with the spikes on it, and it's this spike protein, which on its own is harmless, that the vaccine's mRNA codes for. The mRNA makes its way into the cytoplasm of your cells, where the ribosomes read the information and start to create the spike proteins. Once the protein is made, it goes to the cell membrane, and then your cell breaks down and destroys the injected mRNA instructions.
So what good does having a tiny fragment of viral spike in your body do? Well, it gives your body, and more importantly your immune system, a preview of what the virus looks like without causing disease. Suddenly, your antibodies will notice it and go, well, this doesn't belong here, which triggers an immune response to recognize and prepare your body for the real thing without ever having to come in contact with the actual virus itself.
Your immune system essentially gets a head start by creating powerful antibodies that can neutralize and kill the real virus. And this antibody memory is stored in your B cells, so that if you are ever infected in the future with the SARS-CoV-2 virus, your body now has the upper hand. This is known as an adaptive immune response. Your body has already seen these spike proteins before, and therefore it already knows what to do. Essentially, these mRNA vaccines allow your body to protect itself from a future infection without ever having to risk the consequences of getting the disease COVID-19.
So why haven't mRNA vaccines been used before? While they are relatively new, researchers have actually been experimenting with them for decades, but in the past, they've been very unstable. Enzymes in your body would break down the mRNA quickly, so they needed to be packaged well. The ones being released now have the mRNA encased in lipid nanoparticles, which essentially protect the mRNA from being degraded. Since they're more unstable than other types of vaccines, they have to be kept cold. For example, the Pfizer vaccine has to be stored at minus 70 degrees Celsius, and at normal refrigerated temperatures can only last 5 days. Of course, a global pandemic has certainly increased the funding and resources going towards these types of vaccines, which has helped to accelerate their development.
What makes these vaccines so appealing is that unlike other vaccines, they can be made in a lab with readily available materials and actually made much quicker than other types of vaccines. Instead of fully developing non-infectious viruses and then injecting them, these mRNA vaccines can sort of pass many hurdles by using your own body in an ingenious way. It's also far more cost-effective to create mRNA molecules rather than the proteins themselves, and also a lot more scalable, which is helpful when we are in a global pandemic waiting for a vaccine.
So, is it safe? And given that it's a relatively new technology, should you be concerned at all? Well, that's what these initial trial stages have been for, not only to test whether or not they work and cause immunity, but to make sure they have minimal side effects. As of now, around 70,000 people have been given these vaccines with no serious concerns, a caveat being that the full research hasn't been published yet as of recording this video. But it's important to remember that just because it's safe doesn't mean there won't be any soreness or pain. Some recipients did report aches and pains, and as of now, you'll need to receive 2 shots to ensure efficacy. I saw a really great analogy by the Professor Shane Crotty, who works in vaccine research, and he said, "It's not unlike going to the gym and getting exercise and really sore muscles. A bit of pain can be a positive sign that good things are happening. Sometimes you have to earn your immunity, just like you have to earn those biceps you wanted so bad.
We know you've been asking about these vaccines a lot. We've also had our questions, so we hope that all this information was useful and concise and educational for you, because it does sort of help make things seem less unknown and scary in a very strange time.
Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to hear more about vaccines, our podcast is on YouTube. You can check that out. We have a few episodes on vaccines.
Gossip about vaccines.
So that's the big question. Is it safe? That's the big question. I hope you gained a little bit of knowledge, awareness from that. For many of you who say, hey, listen, they're injecting us with live COVID. It's really not live COVID that they're injecting you with mRNA. It's like a duplicate. It's like a encoded, put together replica of COVID or SARS, and it's placed into the body so that it could be attached to the proteins in the immune system so that it can identify what this looks like. But the big question again, is it safe? Because again, this is not FDA approved, and they are still studying the effects of this particular vaccine. And we know right now we have the Pfizer, we have the Moderna. And so that's what I want to ask everybody that's watching tonight. That big question of, is it safe? How do you feel about it? Now, let me just share and be transparent. I work at the hospital. I'm not always on the clinical side, but I do interact with patients. They do their best to keep us away from COVID floors, but essentially you could still risk being exposed. They did place, about a month ago, there was some information that went out asking us to sign up to be vaccinated. Like I said earlier, several of my coworkers have already been vaccinated, and my wife and I talked about it, and I share the same feeling with Bishop Waters as it relates to I'm not really that confident in the vaccine yet. So I don't know if this is just me being afraid. I'm not sure if, and I guess my biggest fear, I think, would be the side effect, if that makes sense. Because again, everybody's body immune system is going to respond differently. And I'm just really concerned about that. I'm concerned. I have been doing great, and I understand many of us, taking vitamins, exercising, and all these things, and people have been doing everything they know to do properly, and they're still tested positive. And so you have that big imbalance. That scale that's up and down, and I'm just not at the place where I feel ready. My confidence level is not there yet. I don't feel that there's been enough tests. Even in the video that I shared with you, they even said that the science and the researchers are still developing information to figure out even if there's immunity against COVID with this particular vaccine. So I just want to hear from you guys. We only have a few moments left before we leave, but I want to really hear from you. There's a lot of hush within our community in particular, that there's not a lot of people that are really talking about how they feel and why. Not just, I don't want a vaccine, or I don't want any. Why? I want to know why. Why is it that you don't want this particular vaccine? My wife says that I'm not ready. And she shares the same sentiments as I share, as well as Bishop Waters. And again, I am not on here to say I am against the vaccination. I'm not on here to say that. I'm here to share from my standpoint, my feel that I just don't have the confidence in this vaccine at this particular time. But I want to know how you guys feel. Now, if you want to come on and you want to share your feeling live, you can. All you have to do is just type in the word join, so that way I'll know who to send the link to. But I really want to know how you feel. And there are other viewers that are watching tonight, and just share. Let's have a sense of community on tonight, and just really discuss how we're feeling about this vaccination. There's some that say at some point it's going to be mandatory. I really don't know the law or the rules concerning that. I'm still researching. I believe if it's still not FDA approved, it can't be mandatory. Don't quote me on that. I'm still trying to figure that out. However, if you want to just talk about how you feel about it, I want to know from you. Trina says, not ready, kind of scared. And it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to say, hey, you know what? I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Now, let me ask you, Trina, what is it that you are afraid of? What is it that you are afraid of? Because there are a lot of people who are just like you, Trina, and they're saying, I am really afraid to be vaccinated. But I just want to know why. What makes you afraid? I shared with everybody a video, and some people say, well, you know what? That's great assurance that I'm not being injected with live COVID-19 virus. So if it's not a live virus, what's making you afraid? Some people are saying, hey, I can't wait to sign up. Is there anybody watching tonight that says, hey, listen, I'm due to be vaccinated? I would like to know what prompted you to sign up and being optimistic about this vaccine. Trina says that would make my condition worse. Okay, so clearly Trina has perhaps a pre-existing condition. And there are people who have pre-existing health conditions or pre-existing health concerns that say, hey, listen, I'm afraid that might my pre-existing health condition worse. And that's very valid. Especially elderly people. You have some elderly persons that they're advising not to because of their age. I don't know if you all followed the story in Norway. There was a story in Norway where about 23 to 26 seniors have passed away shortly after receiving the vaccination. So again, they're still trying to put together all of this information and all of this data to see if this vaccine, whether it's the Moderna or the Pfizer, to see if this vaccine is going to build up immunity against COVID-19. Let's see. What if you have other health issues? And that's one of the things that most people are concerned about. What if you have other health issues? What if you have high blood pressure or heart conditions or diabetes or HIV or all of these things, all of these concerns that people have that are very valid. Let's see. Angelia says, I'm with you. I'm in the healthcare field. I was tested positive in November. I'm afraid to get the vaccine. I have asthma, which COVID has made it worse. Wow. And this is why thank you for sharing, Angelia, and everybody. This is why having this type of conversation on this platform is very important, is because we learn from each other. Because you got to understand, there are just some things that we're not going to know about in the media. And so it is programs like Big Facts with Dr. Flanagan and other programs that people are having that we have to be involved with. We can't just scroll through and say, oh, that don't pertain to me. Oh, that's just Pastor Flanagan. It's another Monday night. No, this is a community. This is a community effort, and we have to build off of each other. If we don't start taking programs like this seriously, many of us will be lost in the dark because, again, there's a lot of information that will not be shared, especially in the Black or brown community. Did you not know that their statistics and data has proved that most people in the African American community, Blacks and browns, who did test positive for COVID-19 displayed very, very low levels of vitamin D? I don't know if you knew that. Very low levels of vitamin D in the Black and brown community. And most of those persons have been identified with testing positive to COVID-19. So that shows even right there that, and I've been preaching this for months now, let's get those vitamin D levels up. Let's get those vitamin D levels up, because vitamin D is very potent in fighting off viruses. And so Angelia says, I'm in a healthcare field, tested positive. And again, you have people that are doing the right things. I'm sure Angelia is just like me with the PPE. You have your gloves at times when it calls for the gloves, the face shields, the mask, all of these things. And people, some way or another, are still contracting or still testing positive for COVID. And Angelia says that, hey, I have asthma, and COVID made my asthma worse. And so again, that fear of, will this vaccine push other ailments. And so that's something that we need to discuss, because there's more than just Angelia walking around feeling this way. There's so many other people that are out there saying, Dr. Flanagan, I have other things going on and I am afraid. So let's talk about this on tonight. My mom says, I spoke with my doctor, whom I've been with for over 20 years, and I discussed my health issues with him, and he suggested I get the vaccine. If I should get it, I would prefer my doctor to give it to me. Now, this is my mom. And my mom is saying, hey, listen, my doctor and my mom's doctor is very good. He's an excellent doctor, one of the top physicians in the country, right out of Mercy Medical Center, Mercy Hospital. And her primary care physician, her PCP, is suggesting that she go ahead and get the vaccine. Now, I'm not clinical. I'm not her physician. I don't know my mom's health records and things of that nature, but she's under a physician who has been carefully, for years, my mom put it right there, 20 years of oversight from her physician, and her physician is suggesting, hey, listen, I think this is something that, I would like for you to do. It'd be a benefit for you. And once again, I'm not here as her son because of my, how I feel about it. I'm not going to say, hey, mom, don't listen to me. Don't you dare. Now, listen. Now, if the Lord spoke to me and said, mom, the Lord said, that's a whole different story. But I've been praying about it. I didn't hear God say no. I didn't hear God say, so I'm like, okay, God, I know you hear, you speak to me. I'm a normal man of prayer. What are we doing about this? And I just have not received the release to go forward with the vaccine. And so, but again, my mom says, listen, my doctor said, listen, this is something that I think you should do. And I believe from our last conversation that my mom is really going to go ahead and take heed to the leading and the wisdom of her physician and go ahead and be vaccinated. And of course, y'all know I'm going to have my mom on the show, and we're going to talk about that experience. Now, am I afraid? I'm concerned. I don't want to speak fear into my mom's mind and her spirit or anything like that. Because like I said, there are people got the shot, was a little sore, went right on with life. And hey, just like the flu shot. I got the flu shot. Of course, it was mandatory. I was one who never received the flu shot until I started working in the hospital. And so that was mandatory. But I didn't have any complications other than some muscle soreness or stiffness. But after that, life went on. And there are some people who received the vaccine and life just simply went on. Marion says, my fiance worked at FDA and they assured the staff that it was safe. My fiance does have high blood pressure and he's doing fine. Furthermore, I am not ready. So again, see, do you see what I'm saying when I'm bringing everybody on, whether somebody who was in fact vaccinated, and just like Marion is saying, she's like, my fiance was vaccinated. Great, he's doing wonderful. He had a pre-existing condition, high blood pressure. He's doing great. Life is going on for him. But she herself is saying, I'm not ready. And again, we have that, we're in this conundrum where, what do I do? I just showed you a very informative video on YouTube that kind of broke down how the vaccination works. And one of the big questions at the end was, is it safe? All the data is still being collected. And there's still research being done on COVID-19. Now, traditionally, it takes about 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years traditionally for a vaccine to be discovered. You can go back and research that. It takes about 5 to 10 years traditionally for a vaccine to be discovered. But, this is an emergency vaccine. All of the greatest minds came together to formulate this pattern to be injected so that your body can recognize this pattern of the virus so that it can create the antibodies to fight it when it's detected. So again, Marion says, hey, listen, my fiance received the vaccination and he had high blood pressure and he's doing just fine. And so again, this is just just a few of you and how you feel about the vaccine. Like I said, some say, hey, I'm afraid. There are some that, like my mom, who says, listen, my physician is encouraging me to get the vaccine. Wonderful. My wife and I are saying, hey, we're just going to kind of wait on some things because we're not that confident. You have Trina who said, I'm afraid that it's going to make my previous condition worse. Angelia, who works in the healthcare field, says, I had COVID, tested positive in November. I have asthma. I'm afraid that this might trigger my asthma. So again, we're going to continue to have these kinds of conversations because these are very real conversations. These are conversations that we must have. And I understand that it's overwhelming to keep hearing about COVID-19, the vaccine, COVID-19. It seems like, you go to sleep, you hear it. You hear it in your dreams. You wake up and you hear it. But this is a worldwide health crisis that altered our 2020, and we're still dealing with it in the year 2021. Now, along with this vaccine, I have about 8 minutes before we log off. Governor Hogan and other lawmakers are pushing our children to go to school. I believe it was March. It's the last report that I heard. It's pushing our kids to go to school. And let me just pause here because I want to make sure I get all your feedback. Apostle, I was told that they have been working on the vaccine for years. Now, see, that's another thing, Trina. In an article that I read the other day. Now, check this out, y'all. In the article I read the other day, I saw something concerning that they have been working on some sort of SARS vaccine for about 4 years now. So that's what I'm saying. I did hear something similar. Concerning that they've been kind of working on this for some time now. So and again, this is what I'm saying. We have to have these kinds of conversations because there's all kinds of, I heard this, I heard that, but we have to stay plugged in as a community. Listen, if you receive some great information and some things that you feel as though we need to talk about, I need everybody. I want you to email bigfacts2020@icloud.com. I want to hear from you. If you ever find an article, something of interest concerning the pandemic, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because the only way we can really learn is that we learn from one another. So that's very important. One of the things that is really on my heart is the kids going back to school. How do you all feel about that? Now, that's something else that we have to put on the table because I hear a lot of parents that say, hey, this is unhealthy emotionally. My child is losing it. They need to be back in school. This is not healthy. They're saying, statistics are saying this is not good for them emotionally. This is not good for them psychologically. They need to be back in school and they need to be back ASAP. What is your feeling on that? We have to make that another show topic. But while you're on, if I can just get maybe 2 or 3 comments about your feeling on that, children going back to school. I'll start off. I'm really uncomfortable still with the idea of children going back to school only because, now here's my concern, only because I know how children can be when it comes to protecting themselves. It doesn't matter how much you try to educate a child on the importance of safety, wearing a mask, keeping your hands clean. Children are children. Sometimes the attention span of a child doesn't last that long. Come on now. How many times we done told little Johnny to sit down and in 2 minutes Johnny popped right back up? Anyway, so can you imagine that teacher in that classroom with about 15, 20 children and you're trying to teach and also make sure that they're doing their part and keeping themselves safe. That's my concern. If there was a way where aides could be hired in the classroom, safety aides while the teacher is teaching, let there be safety aides in the classroom that can help monitor the mask and the washing of the hands and the kids not sharing snacks and things of that nature. So And that's my biggest concern. Now, as far as the oldest, I'm talking about high school, you're a freshman in high school and maybe even middle school, 8th and 9th grade. You should know better. You know what I'm saying? You should really know better than being careless in school. So my concern is with the elementary level. But that's just me. That's my concern. My wife says, yeah, definitely agree on that. So that's just again, if there was a way they could say, hey, listen, parents, our classrooms have been modified, and I don't even know if this is going on. From the last things I've saw, I don't know if they have modified the classroom where there's a safety glass around the desk. Is there money towards the PPE for protecting our kids? So I'm not sure on how that goes, but that's my concern. Marion said, I remember working on the coronavirus patent back in the day at one of the law firms I worked on. And that's another thing. That goes back to Trina's concern when Trina said that I did hear that they have been working on this vaccine for many, many years now. So again, and we all know, Marion, that's a good point, that coronavirus has been out for many, many years. I think I found it interesting before we ran out of Lysol that if you looked on the back of your Lysol cans, it already said that it protects against the coronavirus. So I think that there are kind of different strands of the virus that we are fighting. And so these are things that we really, really need to talk about. So I hope y'all are not overwhelmed by us having these conversations. I hope we're not boring you tonight. I know I had a guest on tonight, and unfortunately my guest could not be here, but I enjoy having these kinds of conversations. Now, y'all being a little too shy. I rather, I would love to have you guys come on and we have, we actually talk about this, but I get it. You ain't put your wig on tonight, and you ain't got your hair cut, and so you don't want to be on. You don't be on live. You can't be on live because you're sitting there in your bedroom, and you didn't make the bed. All right, I get it. You can't be on live and your bed not made. All right, you can't be on live and you got dirty dishes in the background. So next time on Monday night, clean the kitchens, make up your bed so I can get you on here live. So, so I just want to throw that out there for y'all. But Angela says, I agree in the aid in the classrooms. And she's agreeing to the point that I made that, Trina, you already know how your apostle is. She's going back to that comment concerning aids in the classroom. And that's how I feel, because I think that it's just too much pressure on a teacher to have to teach our kids and also try to do their best to keep them safe when you have 20 people. Can you imagine? Now, listen, some of y'all kids, listen. Some of our children, I ain't going to put it on y'all. My mind's almost grown now. But some of our kids, most of y'all probably grown at this point too. But we have people that are watching. Can you imagine? It's tough trying to get your son or your daughter just to sit still for virtual learning. You see how tough that is. They're right there and they're good into a good 20 minutes of it. And the kids ready to play Xbox or TikTok and all this. Can you imagine a teacher with about 15 to 20 children? We're in Baltimore. You know how Baltimore is. 25 kids. Let me say Baltimore, 25 children. And they're trying to teach and to have the kids keep on a mask and wash your hands. And did you wash your hands? That's a lot. And so I get the concern. But yeah, baby, you know how I am. I did. I said it. Don't be on live with dirty kitchens and your bed's not made. Yep, I said it. So, can you imagine how tedious it would be for our teachers to try to keep a controlled learning experience, and you have to keep the kids safe, and there is no additional help in the classroom to keep our children and our teachers protected. I remember when I was many years ago, right before all of this happened, and COVID and the pandemic, I was a teacher's aide as well, and I'm a very healthy man, and it seems like when I was working in the school system, that's when I got that's when I got all the colds and flu, and I never really had the flu, but I had a lot of colds and coughs and runny nose, because the classroom can just be a melting pot of just bacteria and germs, and so that's just a tremendous concern. But I do feel my heart that's going towards our kids, because just sitting in front of a laptop 8 hours or however long they're in school every day can be very challenging. So I understand, but our first priority is to keep everyone safe. Elder Hudson says, and you still have to be protective. Exactly, and that's very key. And you have to be protective of the staff. And Pastor Hudson also speaks from a educational background. She herself served in the school as a teacher. So we still have to protect our teachers. So again, we have to make sure before we're just, they need to go back, and send them back to school. And yes, they need to get out of the house and all of these things, that we just have to figure out a way that we can do this effectively, keeping both the students as well as the teaching staff safe. Now, I don't know if there are any other people that are on here tonight in the educational system that could perhaps take some of these ideas to the school. I don't know if they're open to that. I'm not sure of the meetings. I have to kind of look around into that. But I just think that if that were to happen and our children are going back to school as early as March, then I think that one of the things should be the PPE for both students and staff, but also hire some safety aides in the classroom that can monitor the behavior of the kids and making sure that they are practicing those safety protocols. Hey, Thais, good to see you tonight. So that's pretty much our program tonight. I really wanted to have that kind of conversation on tonight, so that way we can just share and exchange this kind of information, so that we can help one another. I know many of us on here that's watching, we are believers, we're saved, filled with the Holy Spirit, all of these wonderful things, identified with the Lord Jesus Christ, but there is still a level of practicum that we have to demonstrate even while we're dealing with this pandemic. I know people say just pray about it and anoint your head and all these things. Yes, you can pray, and I believe that there is power in prayer. But also, God also gives us wisdom, and He gives us principles to use, so that way we can remain safe and protect others. So let's not be afraid to have these kinds of conversations. Let's not be afraid to have these conversations. Thais says, I'm taking these ideas to my cousin. He's a second grade teacher. Thank you, Thais. Thank you. See, listen, this might not have been the platform that got 300 views tonight, and I'm okay with that. As long as I can empower and inform 2 to 5 people, that's fine. Because if we can all just be a committee of one, like Thais said, hey, listen, I have a second grade teacher. I'm going to share these ideas. You never know. Just from a platform like this, what we can do to help our school system reach their goal of bringing our children safely back into the classroom. So thank you, Thais. I think that this is very encouraging to hear that we have parents, we have friends out there that are taking these types of platforms serious, so that we can go back to our educators and say, hey, listen, can we put this in place for our young people? Amen. Thank you, honey. Definitely agree with that. Pastor Hudson says, there are so many questions of how the classrooms and bathrooms are disinfected and sanitized. What does the lunchroom look like? My grandchildren will continue to be homeschooled. And see, again, this is I agree totally with you, Pastor Hudson. And one thing about my spiritual daughter, one thing about Pastor Hudson, when I tell you, we call her the bleach queen, because Pastor Hudson will make sure that it is spotless. I'm telling you, before you pull up to the door, you smell bleach. You smell it. You already know that if Pastor Hudson's hands are on it, it is clean. You already know. That's right. Bleach. The bleach queen. But that is very, very, very important. We all are saying, hey, listen, I'm getting tired of the kids being home. We need to send them back to school right away. Emotionally, they're falling apart. And I really understand all of that. But this is a very great point. What do the lunchrooms look like? Come on now. We've all been in a lunchroom. Whether you've visited a classroom, you've been in one yourself. We've all been in the cafeteria. We see how, listen, you have about 50 to 60, maybe close to 100 kids in a cafeteria. There are not enough aides in the cafeteria to monitor all of the activity that goes on. So again, we're looking at they're bunched up. They're sitting next to, close to one another. Will the cafeterias be arranged in a way that you can spread out? But then when you spread out, guess what? You have to remove the mask to eat. Did anybody think about that? So now we have 65 to 75 children in the cafeteria. The masks have to come off to eat. So what do we do about that? Bathrooms. Kids make mistakes in the bathrooms. You understand what I'm saying? So again, there's so much to this conversation that we just have to continue to have it, so that way our educators and those persons that are higher up in a position that can make these decisions, they can hear the parents, they can hear our concerns, hear our grievance, so that something can be done about it. And so, wow, it's 7 minutes past 8. This has been a great discussion on tonight. We had loads of fun. I had just a great time with you all on tonight. I want to thank everybody for participating. Thank you all for sharing your input. I want you all to be praying, because I am taking this platform to another level starting in February. I'm not going to say much about it tonight, but I have been meeting with some wonderful producers and other radio personalities and broadcasting platforms, that we're going to take this platform to its next level. And I want to say thank you all for helping make this possible. I'm telling you, I want to thank God for my wife. I'm telling you, my wife, wow. The greatest blessing that God could have ever blessed me with is my wife. I'm telling you, my wife is a tremendous blessing. When I tell you, this woman supports her husband, she does that to the highest extent, and she pushes me. And so I'm telling you, there's so many great things that are about to happen, and I just had to shout out my wife, because she has really helped push me to this next level. So y'all get ready for Big Facts to be worldwide. I'm speaking that in the future. I'm putting it out in the atmosphere. So there's going to be some things that's getting ready to happen, and I am excited, and we should start seeing these things happen in February. Wait a minute. This is why we have an issue sometimes. Now I already know, baby, this is our inside, but you don't. I love you, my knucklehead. See this. I done gave you the accolade of the year. I just said my wife is the greatest blessing that has ever happened to me, and she responds, I love you, my knucklehead. I love you. It's all right, baby. It's all right. I love you, my baby. I know I'm your knucklehead. I get it. Ty said I love it. Ty, that's our inside. That's the name she called me within the parameters of the house. Y'all ain't supposed to know I'm her knucklehead, but anyway, it's out there now. It's out there. I'm her knucklehead. So yes, but oh boy, baby, it's okay, baby. It's all right, honey. But anyway, I just wanted to say that there are some things that God is getting ready to do, and I am very, very excited. Trina said, I just have a few more comments. We're going to stretch this out to about 8:15. Trina says, true. I don't have children, but I worry about my nieces, once again, which is a concern that many of us share. Hey, Valerie Garland is on. She says they know what they're doing, so they can start with the kids first, and they will be making them get the vaccine first. So help me understand, Valerie. Are you saying that they're doing that to push the children back to school so the kids can be pushed to getting the vaccine? Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to make sure that I'm understanding on what you're saying, because that's what it seems like. And I've heard that kind of conversation before. They're trying to push the children to school so that our children can be pushed to receiving the vaccine. Let me know if that's what you are saying. Pastor Hudson says, we all have to take responsibility in educating our youth. For years, teachers have been telling you about little Johnny. Now you see firsthand. Take the time and ask God for the proper people to assist you with effective tools. Good God, Cindy. Woo! Let me pause and get a drink right there. Wait a minute. Hold on. My daughter. She know I'm playing with her. Take the time and ask God for the proper people to assist you with effective tools to carry these babies through this and be above level academically and spiritually. This is time to pour into them for their future, but we'll talk about that on Bigger Facts. Wait a minute. You know what? I just spent all that time to post your comment, and you're going to say we're going to have this conversation on Lady Lisa's platform, Bigger Facts. You know what? You are coming off. There we go. Oh, man. That's how you end the show. Yeah, you know what? Listen, y'all just, I don't know what to say. Anyway, Valerie, going back to, because they will be exposed to the COVID, going back to Valerie's point that she made earlier, I understand what you're saying now. Exactly. There's some conversation that, hey, let's push the kids to school as a trial, and then also that should kind of funnel them, in a sense, into the vaccination. Okay, I can I get what you're saying. So, you know what, Cindy, you know what? I don't know what this thing that you and Lady have, but it's cool though. But I'm excited because guess what? When God opens the door for me, I'm pulling my wife through it too, because we got to walk through it together. And that's how we do it, y'all. I love you all so very much. This has been a wonderful, wonderful program. Thank you all for all of your input. Please make sure that you share this. And also go back and tune and subscribe to my YouTube. Listen, y'all, I only have about 35 subscribers. I need y'all to help me. Y'all keep saying, I love you, Pastor Flanagan. I love you, Dr. Flanagan. I just love you. If you love me, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, okay? Listen, I'm watching these kids with about 500 subscribers. Let me tell y'all, I watched somebody with 2,000 subscribers, and you know what they're doing? My son showed me this. He said, hey, Dad, PJ. He was like, hey, Dad, watch this. Show me somebody on YouTube with a microphone to their face chewing ice. 2,000 subscribers chewing ice. Y'all mean to tell me we up here spitting out all this information, knowledge, power, prophesying, preaching. I only have about 30 subscribers, and somebody has 2,000 subscribers, and they got a microphone chewing ice, eating carrots, whatever. I don't even know. People getting a kick out of just, who wants to just hear somebody crunching their ear all day? That would just get on my nerves. I can't even take people who just chew with their mouth open. You think I want to hear somebody crunching ice? I don't, listen, go to my YouTube page and I need y'all to subscribe, okay? Don't go and subscribe. Yup, some of y'all are probably subscribed to these people out here crunching. That's it. I need y'all to unsubscribe to the people crunching ice and carrots and popcorn and log on to Apostledtf Ministries and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate that. What Apostle Lisa Flanagan seems nice. Have to meet it. You got to meet it. Yeah, you got to meet her. That is my world. That's my world. Absolutely. And Trina, you are such a sweetheart. And we thank God for you as well. Valerie says stupid people stuff don't want the truth. That's true. People don't want the truth. But guess what? It's platforms like this that's going to help us get the truth out there. So I need you guys to continue pushing and supporting. And that's right, Pastor. Keep holding on. It will happen. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Thais. I will go subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, Thais. I have one person tonight that says I will go and subscribe. Thank you. That just put my number up to 31. Thank you. I need everybody else tonight. Go subscribe. Tell your family. Subscribe to my YouTube. There's so much on the YouTube channel. There's preaching sermons. There are highlights of our Big Fact Show. There's so many things that are on there. So I need you guys go and subscribe. Thank you all so very much. That's my time. I love you all so very much. Don't forget, Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m., prayer for all people. Was not last week's prayer amazing? I shared the prayer platform with my wife, and we prayed for married couples. We prayed for the singles. We prayed for the widows. I mean, it was just powerful. So I want you guys to go on and just and take a look. Sister Ashley, hey there. Hey, Pastor. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. You're a little late for, I'm telling you, CP time. The show starts at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. It's all right. I just thank God that you came on. But listen, thank you, Trina. My numbers are going up. Yes, Lord. Speaking into existence, God. Trina says, I'm going to go and subscribe. Hallelujah. Yes, Lord. Hey. Glory to God. That'll be about 32. Thank you, Lord. Let's see. Right. Late. I'm telling you. Late. Some of y'all going to be late for your funeral. I'm telling you. You just going to be late. You're going to be late. The casket going to be there waiting for. Nah, I ain't speaking death for nobody. I'm just saying. Let's start on time, y'all. Let's go. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning, 7:15 a.m. 1 minute word of the day. Thursday nights, 8 o'clock p.m. is prayer. Sundays at 12, we're bringing the word straight to you. God is good. Thank you all for your support. Now, and if you want to be a blessing tonight, you certainly can. I just need everybody just to start to donate to the platform. Donate to the platform. $2, $5, $20, $1,000, $1 million. Donate to the platform. Show your love by sowing into this platform. Like I said, there's some great things that are about to happen. And if you start seeding and you start partnering, I'm telling you, when this platform reaches the place where God wants it to go, you can say, hey, listen, I am a covenant partner of what this man of God and his wife are doing. So I need everybody to make sure that you are supporting and that you are sowing. Thank you all so very much for all that you do. The Cash App is in the description of the Facebook Live, so you can go back and check out the Cash App, sow, donate. I really appreciate everybody. That's my time. We're getting ready to get out of here. 8:17, we've got to go. Big facts, Dr. Danny Flanagan. This is my time, and I want to say thank you for supporting. See you next week.